So recently there's been a lot more chatter about what GTA Online will look like with GTA 6. Cyberboy has spoken about it recently. Let's take a look.
So there's been some developments in the GTA 6 world over the past few days, and they're very interesting to say the least. There's some really exciting stuff, and there's some also quite concerning stuff. So we're going to go through it all, and yeah, let's get into it.
So that's interesting because I'm only excited. So let's see what's concerning.
So it appears like Rockstar are reaching out to certain Roblox and Fortnite creators to help create some of the online modes for GTA 6. Now, this has been reported by a lot of news outlets that have kind of got a few bits of information wrong, so I thought I'd add some clarification to what's actually happening here. So, Rockstar have FiveM and RedM. They own CFX.re, and we've covered all of that in the past, but essentially Rockstar are working on their own versions of these services. They're working on something called Rome, the Rockstar Online Modding Engine. Now, we don't know if this is going to replace FiveM or going to replace any of Rockstar's existing services. We don't know if it's going to be a full-on replacement for GTA Online, for GTA 6. We have absolutely no idea.
So what he's talking about here is that FiveM itself is a modification from CFX.re that essentially allows you to play in a roleplay server where you can play with other real players, like an online multiplayer that we already see with GTA Online, but much more advanced. You have a better economy, you have jobs that you can do, and it's essentially all UGC, so it's user-generated content.
We do know that Rockstar are working on it. There's enough information for us to be able to confirm that, whether it be leaked from people inside Rockstar working on FiveM, or whether it's just stuff that we've heard through the grapevine. There is enough information to know that Rockstar are working on Rome. Now, Rome is basically going to be like Roblox or like Fortnite, where people can create their own missions, maps, assets, and add them into GTA 6. Now, this is good and bad. Firstly, we'll go through the good stuff, which is at the moment, we are fully waiting for Rockstar to add new content to GTA Online all the time. We do not get a say in what content, what missions, what different assets, and what fun activities we can do in GTA 5's online model. We're not involved in that process, so we're fully waiting for a corporate company to do it. Now, having user-generated content, UGC, created by the community for GTA Online will make the experience far more fun and engaging and interesting for everyone involved.
Correct.
So this is overall a net positive.
Correct.
But the problem I do have, and it's a big one, boys, it's who Rockstar are talking to. They're talking to Roblox creators that make maps and assets and stuff for Roblox. They're talking to Fortnite creators, and the problem is Grand Theft Auto creators do exist, like people that create maps and levels and stuff for Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, so I think what he's talking about here is people who are making the maps, whereas I consider it to be creators being the developers who work at Roblox Corporation and Epic Games. I wasn't seeing it as actual Fortnite map creators, but maybe I got it wrong.
Do exist. The FiveM community, it's there. But Rockstar aren't reaching out to them. They're reaching out to games like Roblox, which, let's be honest, is a game made for very young children. Now, whilst I think there's a good side to this in the sense that it's innovative and we're going to be seeing new, different things in GTA Online that we haven't seen before, that's good. We can applaud that. The negative of that is they're bringing in a whole load of developers and a community of people that haven't come from the Grand Theft Auto world. They are people that have dedicated 5 to 10 years to working on UGC related products for different games. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's going to fail or it isn't going to work, because I don't know, obviously. And I want to be optimistic in the sense that it could be a really good thing. But
So I'll say right now that as of right now, I'm actually personally very optimistic about that, but I want to hear Cyberboy's concerns about it first.
tried Roblox and it wasn't for me, and I tried Fortnite and I never really got into it. And of course, me not really enjoying those games is just my opinion, and obviously millions of people do enjoy it. You know, I can't bash the games, of course I can't. But it feels like they're getting the wrong community to focus on the right product. The product and the idea and the concept itself is going to work. It's going to be brilliant. User-generated content is going to be zesty. But I don't want to see dancing penguins and shit in Grand Theft Auto. Do you know what I mean? I've been trying to escape the Mark II oppressor for the past few years. I don't want to be in a scenario where that's the world that exists for GTA Online.
Okay, so my personal opinion so far is I agree and disagree with that. If there's a penguin or Skibbity Toilet or any sort of weird meme thing, in my opinion, that can exist in GTA. That's not a problem, because the important part of UGC is you get a choice. If you want to be a part of that roleplay scene, then you can. If you don't want to enjoy a penguin or Skibbity Toilet, then you don't have to, because there'll be other things that you can enjoy.
I want my idea for both the story mode and the online component is to be grassroots, boots on the ground, and feel like a real passionate game again. Obviously, if that's not the case and it is successful, which it probably will be, then I'm wrong, because the market vote with their wallets, they vote with their feet. I'm more than happy to be wrong about that, but it does give me the ick. Now this brings me on to the next point, which is who Rockstar are talking to. So I know some major GTA creators with millions of subscribers that built their channel on GTA 5. They've not had a single conversation with Rockstar. I know some people that have created some massive stuff for 5M. The only conversations they've had with Rockstar are with community support about sorting issues in 5M. None of these people have been contacted by Rockstar about working on GTA 6 or any marketing material or any networking. Yet people like Kai Cenat, for example, have had Rockstar reach out to him saying that they want to collaborate and communicate with him, which we saw in one of Kai Cenat's live streams. And I have no issues with Kai Cenat. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Obviously, millions of people.
So that says that they are instead. Okay, so right now, GTA YouTubers specifically, very niche, very, very niche. Not a whole lot of people watching. I would say the top YouTubers right now are getting maximum a few 100,000 views per video, which is a lot for sure, but that's maximum. No one's hitting over 1 million views per video that I'm aware of, at least. Whereas Kai Cenat are definitely, I mean, whether you like him or not, definitely more in touch with the general culture. And that's exactly where GTA wants to go, is general pop culture. So that does sort of make sense. My personal thoughts are that Rockstar should be in touch with both. I think being in touch with both Kai Cenat and people who already know the GTA scene would be the perfect thing.
Enjoy watching his content, but when I think of GTA content creator, I don't think of Kai Cenat, and maybe that's me. I could be wrong once again. I'm not saying I'm right, by the way. All of this stuff is my opinion.
So all of the channels that he is showing right here, Moors Mutual, TGG, Hazardous, again, none of these people are actually reaching the mainstream. They're reaching the niche GTA audience. And that niche GTA audience is not going to be the general audience for GTA 6. GTA 6 is going to be so much bigger than GTA 5 is right now. Not from a map perspective, sure, it will be that as well, but from a culture perspective, GTA 6 is going to, my honest guess is that GTA 6 videos, on average for these channels, are going to be hitting at least 1 million views per video, at least. So when these channels are hitting like under 500,000 views per video, they aren't aware and they aren't in the general culture loop there. Whereas people like Kai Cenat, they very much are.
But I feel like Rockstar should be working on the community and building up the community that promote their products and services. And you're going to comment saying that I'm bitter that Rockstar haven't reached out to me to collaborate. You're damn right. No, I'm too small and I understand that. Like, I am a speck in the ocean compared to like the actual.
Yeah, to be fair, no, Cyberboy, that's not the feeling that I get from at all. I don't think he's upset about that.
People in the GTA community that make a difference to the community. So, but hearing that Rockstar aren't reaching out to those people is where I'm like getting the ick a little bit. Now the game's not out yet, of course, and the marketing.
And this also to me stands out as an artistic ick versus a business-based ick, which I completely get it, because I myself have the starving artist inside me alongside the entrepreneur who's actually been able to make a full-time living from this online stuff. So I do get it.
Cycle hasn't gone into full swing. So there's obviously every opportunity in the future for Rockstar to reach out to these other big creators in the community and have these plans in place. But I did find it really bizarre that, you know, Rockstar appears to be putting their efforts and time into the streamers and creators that just have the audience, not necessarily the right community. And I think the reason they're doing this is it brings in a new audience for GTA, but it kind of feels a little bit like
I wouldn't call this new. I would call this the audience that left GTA once it wasn't as exciting anymore, which actually is the majority of the player base. The majority of every game's player base is the casual player base, normally, unless it's an esports title, but this isn't an esports title. The majority of Fortnite players, for example, they're not great at the game, but they enjoy it. That's the main thing. It's a casual game where you have the best of the best who play it all the time, maybe a bit too much, and then you have people who, like most people in Fortnite and GTA for that matter, who play it for some fun sometimes.
Actual existing audience for Grand Theft Auto isn't really being celebrated as much. Now, I'm not going to speculate on the reasons why they're doing this. If I worked for Rockstar, I'd probably be doing the exact same thing. I'd be reaching out to the biggest streamers to have the most impact and the biggest punch for Grand Theft Auto 6 when it lands. So I don't blame them. I can't.
The other thing as well, and I know this from Valorant because I used to make videos on Valorant and it was one of the top channels in the game, is that when it comes to culture, especially, they know that TGG, Hazardous, all these creators, they know they're going to cover the game because they have to. They've been waiting this long anyway. GTA 5 has not been super fruitful over the past 5 years, unless you're a top creator. Whereas for Kai Cenat and such, they're fine with or without GTA.
Talk on behalf of Rockstar, can only talk on what I would do in that situation. So quite a popular Call of Duty leaker, a guy called the Ghost of Hope, has said that from what he's heard, that DJ Khaled will have his own radio station in GTA 6. Now, I do need to say that this, although this guy does have a somewhat reputable history with Call of Duty stuff, this is just speculation. No source has been posted. There is not a lot of information to go off. However, as far as speculation goes, this wouldn't be massively surprising, but it also kind of would be. Let me explain. DJ Khaled has a history of DJing in Miami. He has loads of ties to Miami, blah, blah, blah. That makes sense. The other side of it is DJ Khaled is really easy to troll. Like, I mean, there's so many memes of DJ Khaled like not being able to play instruments whilst pretending he knows about stuff, and it's all a little bit cringe. So I feel like DJ Khaled is the sort of person that Rockstar maybe 10 years ago would be taking the piss out of rather than working with. I don't know.
Yeah, that part I'm not convinced about, because if people are trolling him about not knowing how to play instruments, that's a tiny percentage. Most people just like to hear music and just like to drink and party and whatever else it might be that DJ Khaled's audience would be into. Most, like, if anyone's complaining about that sort of thing, that's like maybe 10,000 people out of an audience of 10 million people who would actually listen to his music. So that I don't think is a concern.
Also like DJ Khaled's music, so I'm not complaining. So it's a very weird one. Take this with a grain of salt. We don't know whether this is truthful. We don't know what's happening, but it's cool nonetheless. Now, this also being said, we've heard a lot of stuff about T-Pain being involved with Grand Theft Auto 6. So for GTA 5...
So T-Pain's different because T-Pain has very explicitly stated that he has been tapped into for GTA 6, so that's different.
DJ Pooh. Now, DJ Pooh, he organized Solo, Sean Fontano, playing the character of Franklin. He's also heavily involved in the music scene in LA. So we could have a scenario where T-Pain is like the DJ Pooh of Miami, essentially. T-Pain himself has spoke about working with Rockstar in GTA 6, and then that stream was very quickly taken down after. I think the T-Pain thing is probably 60% true. I think the DJ Khaled thing is probably more realistically 20% true. We don't have enough information to go off, and it's purely speculation.
I think I agree that it's speculation, but do I agree that it's likely possible? Absolutely. I think any artist like this is valuable to Rockstar. These artists have fan bases, and those fan bases want to see their favorite artist, in the radio station or in the game itself as part of a cutscene or even a character or whatever it might be. And we saw this with GTA 5 where we had Cara Delevingne, I think it was on non-stop radio, something like that. And then you had obviously on Radio Los Santos, you had Big Boy. And realistically, Big Boy, he's not mainstream. He's mainstream in the US, but outside the US, not a lot of people know him necessarily.